Hey, what's good, good people? We are back for another round of the Pulse and trying to get some stuff playing that I don't think is properly working for me right now. Whatever the case, we're gonna keep it pushing. We're gonna keep it pushing. So, tonight we're gonna talk about some things tonight. Before we do that, as always, let me see how everyone is doing. Of course, starting with Stephanie and Lynn.
Hola.
How y'all doing? Hola, ¿cómo está?
How you doing?
A little frustrated, but you know, we working it out.
Tom, how you doing?
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm doing great. No. We
How's
pushing.
y'all's good? How's y'all's week been so far?
What's today? Wednesday.
Yep.
Been a long week.
Yeah.
But you know what? I guess to make it light, we had some fun over the weekend.
That's
We
always
did
a
we did karaoke.
Oh. Oh yeah, that's my jam.
Oh,
That is my jam.
Stephanie, what's your song?
huh?
I fingered. Yeah, what's your song?
What's your song?
Well, let's see. Actually,
She was Anita Baker.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
but listen, the whole experience was crazy in a good way because it was a place we had never been before. Because one of our friends was leaving, we haven't seen her in 10 years.
Wow.
And she's visiting for work, and she's living in France, originally from Congo.
Oh, wow.
It was a great story. So we met at this dive bar. It was literally a dive bar. And so out of the 40 people there, everybody was from a different neck of the woods. It was just like, what in the world? But it just all turned into this. Yeah, it was just like a cookout or something, and everybody was invited. Almost. No.
That's good.
So we got to sing about 6 times. Because that's how small it was. So it was totally hype. And Lynn was singing tell him your song, babe.
Jodeci?
No, I did an Usher song.
Oh, caught up.
No.
No.
He was trying to do Twerk It Out, but the guy didn't have that, so he did You Make Me Wanna.
Oh,
we
You
said-
make me want to leave. Oh, that's classic.
He's saving all the new ones for you, Jay.
I love
All
it.
the songs
That's
with
great.
the cherries, we're gonna say those for you.
Sound like a plan. Sounds like a plan. Lynn, how about you? Karaoke is with you as well?
No, she went with her boyfriend. So I just
Yeah,
said
I went with this dude named, they call him Buster. I went with him.
Oh, all right.
Call him Buster. And
Got it,
he was singing Ursha. Well, I gotta tell you this though, because it's funny. So the crowd, even though it was small, it was very diverse. So we had the alphabet crew at the table, LGTP. Yep. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So it was when I came in, they were singing Nelly. So being from the Lou, and we're related because everybody's related to Nelly.
Of course.
Everybody Lewis.
So we were just hyping them up, and so they became our fans. And when Lynn was singing, or when Buster was singing, they were like, "You better Ursha, you better Ursha." So it was hilarious, and they had the fans clap, 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 clap. So it was just crazy. It was like we were on a Carnival cruise ship about to get kicked off.
Oh, that's the best. That's the best time.
It was. But nobody got kicked out. So
Okay.
but yeah, Lynn had an instant fan club.
I love it.
The alphabets love me. Don't ask
Of course.
me.
You became an honorary member.
No, they go that far.
Oh, okay. All right.
They go that
All
far.
right.
You in the Hall of Fame now. They replaced Billy D. Williams with you.
Right.
Not yet.
But it was just a fun time, and we're always so serious. We do have lives, and that was a little blessing just thrown in there to have some fun. But just people that listen in this environment, political environment, it was just bananas because much later a group of white people came in, and they were just in awe. And how everybody in the place was singing "Can We Talk" by Tevin Campbell. So they thought it was like a religious experience. They were just like, "Oh my God!" Because everybody is like, "Do you know them? Are you guys together?" Everybody in the place. So it was so funny. Yes. Yeah. So that's always that's a cult classic too. "Can We Talk" by Tevin Campbell. Yeah.
Absolutely.
No, what really freaked them out is a black girl from the LGBT table got up and started singing "1,000 Miles."
Yeah.
And that's a song we ain't supposed to know. But the black folks took that song over too.
You guys know what we're talking about? Terry Crews.
Yep. The white white chick sings.
Yeah.
We all like the Rainbow Coalition on that song. So it was like they were at the cookout, but then this guy started singing something that killed the mood, and then they weren't at the cookout. So there you go. So it was okay. Back on your head.
What was the song?
We don't even know.
One of those.
But it was about the Pink Floyd song about war.
No, the young white guy started singing some song, and that's when everybody just kind of broke up because everybody was like, "Okay, it's late. All right, we had our fun. That was our moment." Cinderella was about to turn back into the pumpkin was outside. It was like, "All right, then we ain't gonna hold you."
There's always one. There's always one.
Because even they sat down. I was like, well, okay.
That's funny. All right, well, Deuce, how's your week been so far?
Week's been good, man. I'm looking at getting a scooter out here. Gas is about $10, $20, $30, $40 a gallon. I've been seeing more and more people rocking helmets on those little, the Lime scooters, zoop, zoop. Yeah, so I'm looking at getting one, man. Yeah.
What do you mean the kind you can rent at the corner?
Yeah, I'm thinking about buying one.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah. I just coming home, I rode my motorcycle to and from work. I seen 3 people on a scooter. 2 of them had groceries. They had like a box. They had a board and a box. And they had the groceries. I seen the apple fall out the box. So you got to do what you got to do, man. Something might give me a scooter.
Yeah, that's like Tuesday here in Houston when you see our Latino brothers and sisters on 10 speeds with chickens and on their arms and do what you got to do.
Hey, you got to save that dollar.
Yeah,
that's it. That's it. What is gas in y'all's neck of the wood? And
it still starts with amazingly. It still starts with a 3.
Mm-hmm.
Wow,
it's like $3.79.
What's that? Regular or premium?
Regular.
So for premium, it's like 6. You're looking at mid-6s, low to mid-6s.
In LA?
Yeah.
Did you know we always roll it up $3 That's $4. Gas $4 because if it's
$3.79, it ain't $4. It's $3.79.
Yeah. So if yours is $6, so gas $7, done. No.
Yeah. Lee, how's gas in your area?
It is $6.50 right now.
Woo!
And I live in Sunnyvale.
Mid-6s.
Wow.
And that's regular.
Wow. Whoa, what?
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's regular?
That's regular. Yeah, it's $6.50, and I live in Sunnyvale, and that's regular.
Oh wow, no, that's
like the 87. You know what I mean? Like the fucking cheap gas that you get.
Just don't have your car.
Yeah,
rocking out like this.
And that's the cheap one.
No, somebody's gas station had some real bad gas.
They got water in it here.
Where the cars was breaking down after they filled up.
Yeah.
This gas station.
They got them all on blast on the news. They even got samples of it. customers started putting plastic bags on the nozzles. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, they've downgraded the
I always
quality of
found it
gas.
funny because like across the street is like 680, literally across the street. It's like a Shell versus like some mom and pop gas station. It's
A
680
Sinclair.
at the Shell, and it's like 650 at the like mom and pop. And I'm like, why is the Shell still getting service?
Oh, you know why?
I
Because
just
that
don't
upside
understand.
app that they advertise is Shell.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So the one that gives you cash back for getting
Oh, is
gas.
it?
So you pay more for Shell and you get cash back.
Yeah,
So you
I didn't know.
Yeah. Yeah, Shell is the upside app.
Wild.
Wow. Rich, what is gas in sack?
Yeah.
I was looking it up. He said $5.55 at Costco, but I swear the last time I got gas it was $6, but I don't know. I don't get gas a whole lot. I don't go too many places, so I sit still.
Yeah,
So-
I don't blame you. Because my gas here in Kentucky is, well, yesterday it was 404. Taking my kids to school this morning, I noticed it was 429.
Mm.
And you know, I'm in the less expensive part of the world as it were. But 429 here. That's so we'll talk about that in a second. We'll figure out why we are here in a second.
Leadership.
We're perfect timing. We were just talking about the cost of gas around the country. What's gas in your neck of the woods?
How much? You mean how much it costs?
Yeah.
Well, I ain't giving nobody no ride nowhere. So, no. It's
You got gas money.
no. We looking at about for regular like 480, I think, and in premium is like 502, something like that.
Wow.
Yeah,
Literally 4 months ago, it was 336, and that was high here in California. 336, It was high here in California. It is double.
Wow. Well, let's I would ask how everybody else is doing, but I kind of want to just hop into this because there's several different places I want to take this topic this evening. And so we're going to start out with leveling things out. And this is where we're at. Yesterday, May 19th, in the year of our Lord 2026, we had the most expensive Republican primary that we've seen between Senator Massie and I can't pronounce the other guy's last name pronounced properly.
Galrine.
Thank you.
Galrine.
I always give him an extra syllable.
Yeah, Galrine.
Yeah. And so just to catch people up to speed, if you hadn't watched what was going on with that race, the Republican primaries here in Kentucky, in District 4 specifically, had a historic amount of monies put towards it through APAC as well as other APAC affiliates. Wig, you got background noise going on, and I can't. Yeah, and APAC affiliates, right? And so this primary ran upwards to $34 million, with President Trump backing the opponent of Thomas Massie. Not just President Trump giving him the endorsement, but also APEC funding and 3 billionaires from out of state. So I want to start there and ask the panel, what does this say to you about where we are when it comes to the great disservice the Supreme Court did by allowing corporations to be people first off. But what does this look like to you all in terms of finances and candidates? And I'll start with you, Brooks.
May I ask you? Yeah, I was definitely. May I ask you, is this in the Senate or the House? Because I did some research and I got some numbers.
Yeah, so this is the Senate.
Okay.
House for Massie. For Massie was the
So wait,
House.
wait.
Yeah, it was a house. It's a
Oh,
house.
sorry, House. My bad. My bad.
Is it
I
House?
said the Senate because I'll get
Okay.
to that in a second. The House.
So I did some research. I was just futzing around, and I was like, all right, I want to see. So, President Trump endorsed 291 candidates. He had a 53% success rate in his candidates that he endorsed. 12 general election endorsements. And then in the Senate, 24 candidates he endorsed. 10 of them won their primaries. 3 of them were not on their ballots. I was just doing research just for fun because I actually love this shit. This podcast is like got me back into politics just for fun. And so your original question was like, has Trump have control of the party? And when I looked at it, I just looked at the raw numbers, and I was like, "Oh, okay, oh, cool." I didn't know one way or the other. I thought it was actually going to be lower. The answer is yes. Well, the answer is by technicality, yes, but
Okay.
by fear, yes as well.
Okay, so I'll pause you there, and I'll swing that pendulum over to Richard because it looks like he's on pins and needles to say something about this.
No.
No?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, then
Go
we'll
ahead.
push
ahead,
the box. We'll push it up to Stephanie and Lynn. What does this say to you all?
Money is power.
Mm.
And he is unpopular a president as he is today. He still has, because you only need a few billionaires. What, 3 billionaires?
3, yeah.
And it ain't like they didn't pay $1 billion. You said it was 34 billion?
Million.
No,
Million.
34 million.
Yeah,
34 million.
34 million. Yeah, they got that in checking. So
Yeah.
that's not a big thing, but unfortunately, I think you got a guy out that was willing to check the leadership, that was speaking truth to power, and power didn't like what he was saying, so they flexed their power muscles and got him up out of there.
Hold on, I thought Massie won.
No.
No, he got crushed.
Massie did win.
I thought he
got
won.
crushed. No, he got crushed.
Oh, I missed that. That's
Massie.
on.
I think he
that's my
did.
bad.
Yeah, I thought he was.
No, he
I
lost
thought he
big time.
won.
Yeah.
Double digits,
Really?
Jay?
Yeah, no, Massie didn't win that at all.
Was it double
Massie
digits,
didn't.
Jay?
Yeah.
No,
Almost
it
double
wasn't.
digits. Yeah. Almost.
It,
57
yeah,
to
it was
47.
almost.
Yeah.
It was.
Jay,
Yeah.
you sound,
57 to
Jay,
47.
you sound a little
Yeah, but
more.
there's some numbers like 57,098 or something versus 47 something. So it was like over 9,000.
Yeah.
Here, I'll look it up real quick.
You sound
Yeah,
a little muffled, Jay.
But 57 and 47 is over 100.
No. It wasn't quite 10. But it was close to 10.
Yeah, because I'm using different devices tonight. I'm trying to figure out as we're doing this. I'm working on my computer as well, trying to figure out if I can
I'll
put
get the exact
code in
number.
to
I
fix
have
it.
the numbers.
But I thought it was closer to 55-47.
Hey, Jay, can I
It
say
may have
this?
been.
Well,
So
bottom line is Massie is gone. He got another one up out of there.
yeah.
So and that gives a ripple to people to say, man, if I do speak up, if I do speak what's truly on my heart and in my mind, this guy's going to end my run. So that's why, and you can go all the way back to his first term when you had Republicans getting up out of there.
Hmm.
Because, Mitt Romney Who's the dude with the looking like Eddie Munster? I always forget his name. He had that Willow's Peak, young up and comer.
Golly. I know who you're talking about.
Well, anyway,
Ryan.
yeah, got Ryan
Right.
up out of there because it's like the analogy I made before with cycling. It's like either I'm going dope, which is the Trump Kool-Aid, or I got to get out of cycling. And it's the same thing for me. If you're a Republican that, is not buying what he's selling, you either got to buy what he's selling or you got to get up out of there. And that's unfortunate.
Yeah. What's your
I
take?
would agree with you, Lynn. But I was looking at the Senate, right, specifically, and I have this right, and Trump and backed candidates. There were 10 of them. They weren't even on the ballot that he backed. They were like, they just didn't make it, right? But they crushed the 10. That one crushed the opponent. I mean, annihilated the opponent.
Now
And so
remember,
I was
these
doing the math,
these
and
are
I have the site that I can source you guys, everything like that.
yeah, and remember that these are just to see who's going to be able to debate the opponent in November, right? So this is him crushing.
Yeah,
his
this is
own party. I just
2026.
wanna-
This is just only
yeah,
2026.
Yeah, I just
For the primary,
throw-
the 2026
for the
primary.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
for
Like
the
these dudes, like
primary.
the people, he's. This is only 2026.
Yeah. So Wig, where are you at with this?
And I wanted to look at it.
Well, hold on, Brooks.
Me
Wig, where
or
are you at
Lynn?
with it? Wig.
Can you hear me?
Yep, we got you.
Listen, listen. These guys, Massie and Cornyn, voted for this guy 99.9% of the time.
That part.
Right? So Massie got kicked out because he wouldn't give up the e-file thing.
Right.
Epstein.
Right. He wouldn't give up the Epstein thing. Lauren Boebert, Marjorie Taylor Greene, okay? Cornyn or whatever his name is.
Yep, Cornyn.
Right. So my point is this. If you can't see that this guy has no loyalty to anybody but himself, how can you follow somebody like that? You can't be a leader and you can't be a leader. You can't lead by fear.
Mr. Wig, there's one catch to that. So first, Lynn, you were right. It was over 10,000. It was over 10,000, the vote.
10%.
Yeah, he went over 10,000 votes more.
Okay.
Gallery over Massie.
Oh, final count.
Yeah. But Mr. Wig, when you say that he has no loyalty, when we get to this part of the show where we talk about that 1.776 billion that's going to be given out secretly after they assign the 5 people to the panel, those 1,600 people who got that blanket pardon, they'll never accept what you say because they're about ready to collect off that 1.776 billion.
Well, before
But
we
it-
spin off into that, before we spin off into that, I want to stay in this vein real quick.
No, I am, but I'm saying when he say no loyalty, there's going to be some loyalty there. There's that's going.
I get what you're saying, and I don't want to push the loyalty envelope too much just yet. I want to stay right here just for a second and swing that up to Deuce and see where you are on that.
Oh, let's restate the question again.
Yeah, so I was asking what this is saying essentially about Trump with this latest win.
Oh, you got to kiss the ring, baby. You got to stand in line and kiss that ring, huh? Bow down to the cape, huh? If you're not MAGA, you up out of here. That's what that means, man. And considering the fact that this primary is already in a deeply seated Republican area in Kentucky, right? There wasn't a large part. I think they could say like 18% of Kentucky's population, not even a major city. They were already deep MAGA.
Yeah.
So, like you said, he's testing his loyalty deep within his ranks, man. If you're not kissing the ring, you about it. Yo, Glass, you watch Invincible?
Oh man, have I? I gotta get Prime again because
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so you're not caught up on the Thrag arc of the storyline, huh?
No, not yet. I've seen a few clips, but I haven't seen all of what's going on with the Ventramites.
I don't want to give out too much, but Thrag out there murking people because they're not standing in line for the Ventromite cause, man. That's what this is, man. Trump is Thrag. He out here murking people that's not in line. That's what that means, man.
So let me.
Duke is right because like even in the got like a high number percentage, even though it's a lot more people in the House, he's still got a great percentage of people who won their primary because he endorsed them. It's huge. It's like I got all the stats. I did all the work this morning because I was like a dork like that, and I was like, oh yeah, I want to be able to tell it to you guys. He did it, and like, damn, I didn't think it was like actually possible, but look at the numbers, just the like Dragnet, just the facts, just the facts.
So what I want to see, because I'm listening to everybody really carefully tonight, and what I want to see, because this is just a primary.
Yeah.
So like I said, if you race somebody in the primary and the primary is being held in their family's backyard, that person better win. So what I want to see with President Trump's endorsement over Vivek Ramaswamy in the general election for governor in Ohio in November, and I also want to see that endorsement he gave to the black man, Congressman Byron Donalds, when he runs for governor in Florida as a Republican in November. I want to see just how strong that endorsement carries these two minorities in the Republican Party. I want to see.
Yeah, I don't.
Mr. President, I agree with you. I want to see the conversion rate versus when he was right.
Thank you.
So this is my take on it. Here's my take on it. I think mine is a bit different than what everybody else is saying, and the reason why this is why. In Trump's first term, he could have done this by himself. He could have backed somebody just by him thrashing them on the microphone, and that would have that endorsement alone for the candidate would have gotten him what he wanted. He's not able to do that anymore. He had to bring in, and I know AIPAC funds everybody, right? I got that. But the amount of money that AIPAC had to put out and push out in order to get to yield the same results shows that there was a slippage in power.
No.
If AIPAC, no, hold on. If AIPAC would not have given him, and I'm saying this because I've been going through the different rooms here in Kentucky to the different areas. I was in District 4's area as well, and I was watching how the Republicans were split in that room, right? And so if AIPAC would not have come through with the budgeting for Trump at this point in time, the results would have been different. The power came from that actual maneuvering of funding that Massie would not compromise himself to take. Because he is introducing a bill to make AIPAC and its affiliates actually register as foreign agents. Go ahead, I'm listening. I got to take care of my cat. Give me a second. So,
hold on. That point you made is really important. But the fact is, has the power within his base. No problem. The reason why AIPAC got so heavily involved in this against Massie, if it wasn't for Massie, there would have been no F-files released. That's why they got him up out of there. And then he doubled down and said, I don't believe that we should be over in Iran. That's the double down. And then he tripled by saying, oh, since you're trying to run me out of office and I already know about this, I already been told ahead of time, now we're going to make you register as a foreign agent. And then after he lost, he said something kind of slick, possibly anti-Semitic, possibly about something about over in Israel. I guess Israel was
he was trying to call the incoming member. He was trying to concede to him, but he couldn't find him because he guessed he was over in Tel Aviv somewhere.
So now when I looked up Garin, I don't think he's Jewish. But if he's just trying to say that AIPAC has bought out Garin, okay. So I think that AIPAC, regardless of what Trump was going to do, AIPAC was coming to get him gone. Because that would help Trump and help Israel.
Okay. So with that being said, one of Garin's messages is that he is going to be a mouthpiece for the people that he's representing in the district, right? So my question is to the panel. Here's the next question. Here's the next step in line with this AIPAC funding from the most expensive primary that we've seen happen in our history. The question is, does he owe a debt, and can he actually represent his constituents properly?
Can I reply to you, James?
Hold on. I gotta swing that to Deuce first. I gotta swing that one to Deuce. You had to blast him first.
Man, when you owe somebody that type of money, you don't call the strings. You don't call the punches anymore. You a puppet. He a puppet. He's an Israeli puppet and a Trump puppet at this point, man. He got Netanyahu and he got Trump's hands up his butt, working his mouthpiece, man. He's not for the people.
Does he have on gloves or never mind.
Oh nah. Hey, how Ice Cube said it, no Vaseline. That's how he doing it. No Vaseline, man.
Hey, one quick question. Deuce, when you say that, are you able to say that and say that you're 100% that you are not being anti-Semitic, you don't hate on Israel? You're able to say that in a clean, righteous voice about money corrupting people?
I don't know how the two correlate because I was speaking specifically about Netanyahu.
Because back in the past, if you ever spoke against Israel, you were considered anti-Semitic.
Oh, now, I got you. That's why I was trying to specifically say Netanyahu.
Far left, far right, or they're just mad at the war, or Israel has got his hands in the cookie jar. So I'm asking you, when you say that, you're saying that 100% with no type of anti-Semitism towards Israel or to Israelis or to Jews in America.
I'm cool with the Jews, man. I just watched a new show from Seth Rogen the other day, man. On Apple TV.
Just asking.
Yeah. In fact, he was on the episode of The Boys too. Yeah, I'm down with Seth.
Can I ask you, gentlemen and lady, how much money did the Democratic Party spend on the last election? And if you look at that, it was way over the Republican Party spent on the election. And
So which elections are you talking about?
Is the wrong
presidential.
Wait. They didn't go bankrupt is the wrong word. They
so you're talking about the presidential? I'm asking you to clarify which actual sector are you talking about? Are you talking about the presidential election, or are you talking about
presidential election?
primary?
Yeah, like Kamala Harris. Yeah, and yes, I'm talking about the past presidents. They spent way over what they had, and they failed.
Okay, and so
2.5 billion. 2.5 billion is what they spent. There's no accountability for in her campaign in 4 months.
And so the question is, how is that correlating to what we're talking about now with the Republicans?
I guess
you go ahead.
Well, I guess what Lee is saying is, yes, 35 million was spent in that primary for Massie's district. So yeah, that's a lot of money, but there was a lot of money spent in the presidential election in 2024 by the Democrats. So, like Lynn and Stephanie were saying, when the Supreme Court ruled, I think it's in 2010, about corporations can spend money in these elections in an unlimited amount, then what do you expect?
Yeah,
I guess it doesn't matter.
Hello, this is I'm from Alabama. I'm still trying to find a connection between the two.
Yeah.
So the money,
break it down like I'm a fifth grader.
So when you spend money in the primary or in a general, if you spend in the millions or you spend in the billions because you're trying to run for the White House, it doesn't matter. You spend whatever it takes.
I think I have to disagree with that statement because the presidential election is something that's completely different than what we're talking about when we're talking about the primaries. Again, the reason to me why this is such a huge thing is because you're spending this amount of money to destroy your own party, to destroy people within your own party, not just your ops, as it were. This is you systemically tearing down your own party, tearing down names, tearing down foundations, tearing down the heart of, like, definitively saying, I want him gone because he's introduced files, or he voted against me in one case. He voted to get me impeached in one case, right? It's not to say, hey, because generally speaking, you'll have Republicans saying, hey, I'm the Republican president. I endorse this candidate, but this guy's still good. He's not evil. At this point, the split that's being done, the divisive movement within the Republican Party from this president is unprecedented, along with the amount of money that's being spent.
So actually, if you go way back in history, FDR did the same thing.
You're gonna have to say that about the Democratic Party because they're the ones.
But we're not talking about the Democrats tonight.
Matter of fact, they didn't even actually like.
But hold on. The reason why I'm not introducing the Democratic Party into this is because we don't have a Democratic president who is purposely unseating Republicans or Democratic members because he doesn't like the way they're holding his feet to the fire. He doesn't like the accountability. So that's the only reason why I'm not bringing the Democratic.
You're saying we as like a Democratic individual.
Actually, wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. Actually, there's more to this. So when the Republicans say they don't like you, they make no bones about it. They tell you up front, we don't like you, get out of here. The Democratic Party was having a problem years ago, but Nancy Pelosi, she didn't need the president. Nancy Pelosi is the Speaker of the House when the Ilhan Omar, AOC, and the other one,
the squad.
When they came up in there, rough riding, and they said, we're going to do things way different. And Nancy said, well, hold on. Come over to the office and let's talk about this. And when they had that talk, they fell in line. So Trump, and I'm not saying you're wrong, Mr. Glass, but Trump is kind of in your face. I don't like you. I'm from the East Coast. When I don't like you, I let you know I don't like you, and I'm going to run you out of here. The Democrats, they'll smile and say, well, come on, and let's talk behind the door. And then if you get out of line with them, Mr. Brown, you'll be out of office too.
I'm sorry, Rich. I'm sorry, man. I can't. The whole comparison about the left and the right, man, it's driving me crazy, man. It's like trying to compare apples to bananas, man. It's not the same. It is not the same. And listen to what I'm saying. I'm not saying both of them are going straight to heaven. I ain't saying that, man. But we got to understand that we're going to tilt the ground here. And one side's a little bit higher than the other. They're both going downhill, but one's higher than the other. One. All right. Two, we're talking about how to consolidate power, man. This is like Goodfellas, man, when Jimmy started killing his own crew. Remember that? Jimmy started killing his own crew to consolidate power. And that's what Trump is doing right now. He came out after the campaign. I don't think it was during the campaign. Once he was president, he said he needs loyalists. He don't care about your job skill or your resume. He cares about your love for him. And that's what he's doing, man. He's saying true to that word, getting his lawyers so they could put up a good fight for the midterms. We see the gerrymandering going on. They're already talking about voter identification. Lynn and Steph talked about how they were moving polls like they're playing hide and go seek in Houston. So there's going to be more of that going on if he gets his speech.
No, they did that in Dallas.
Okay. Yeah.
Houston don't play that.
Hey, the Crescent City don't play, baby. But that's what it is, Rich. There's more at stake. And granted, yes, Democrats, they smile in your face, have the conversation behind your back, right? But the way Trump is doing it, man, come on, talking about your family, he'll talk about your he'll talk about Glass's cat.
Hey, man, don't talk about stir fry.
I hear what you're saying. I kind of disagree with you because, like, literally, like, if you look at the election, and I'm talking about the national election from Kamala to Trump, The Democratic Party spent way more money than the Republican Party, and then lost it. Not only lost the money, they couldn't afford it, and then they still lost the election.
I get what you're saying, Brooks. But all that mumbling I did, nothing was about money. It was about consolidating power and the influence that they can use with that power.
100%. That's exactly what I'm speaking to. Like, how you do that is be smarter, not just like throw money at it. And Trump was smarter than the Democratic Party at doing that. Look at what he did. Look what's happening now.
You know what? So let me insert this real quick, because I was talking to Rich earlier, and what I will say, and I'm going to hold off on the full message that I gave him, because I'm still balancing some stuff out. But the Democratic Party, right? And I'm not saying that the Democrats are stupid. That's not what I'm saying. But the Democrats are wasting time by not capitalizing on the messaging that they have the opportunity to get out right now. The Republican Party is so fractured to the point that what's that little dude? Nick Fuentes is waiting. He's in wait with his groypers to continue tearing the Republican Party establishment down. And the Democrats aren't seizing the opportunity to help to capitalize on this. Now is the best time to say, hey, black voters, look what the Republican Supreme Court did to y'all, right? We want more than just 90% of your vote right now. You know what? Asian community, since they did it to the black community, guess who? They have the opportunity to spread as much fear as the Republican Party would spread. They have the opportunity right now to begin to get as much grassroots money coming in for the midterms. They could prep the midterms and set themselves up for a sweeping win if they were able to get their messaging down packed together, but they're losing the momentum.
They're not that smart, James. They're not that smart. They're too slow and they're too stupid to actually put it together. It's so wild that the Republicans is going to win on just dumb luck by they just doing what they normally do. And the Democrats are not going to learn the lesson that they got beaten down by putting Trump back in office. That is the problem right there.
Wig, what you got, Wig? I see you. You about to say something.
Hey,
I gotta unplug my computer.
First thing first, man. Y'all forgive me. I done took me a couple of gummies, so I'm good. But first thing first.
Did they kick in yet?
Yeah, they getting there. Just getting there. First thing first. You don't do that. Was it Brooks? Don't do that. Don't say Trump is smart in the same sentence. Don't do that. Don't do that right there. All right, let's have some decorum in here, bro. Don't do that right there.
Sophia home now.
Because I promise you, everything
no.
Come on now.
What I see. I am saying what I see.
No, you didn't. No.
Go ahead.
They say talent generally skips a generation. So I'm pretty sure his grandkid is gonna be sharp as tacks, but he and his son.
Bring it on if you want to challenge me on talent.
No, but this is what I say though. When you're spending this much money in an election, we're not being represented by anybody.
Yeah.
We don't have check. There is no Congress anymore. There is no checks and balances anymore. Proven that's being proven by if you so happen to represent wherever you, let's say Kentucky or whatever, you represent those people. You want to have a thought on your own outside of what this guy wants you to have. You're wrong. So that you lose your job because you vote the way your constituents want you to vote. So there's no checks and balances anymore. We can't spend that kind of money in an election and on the person to put him in office and that person saying that he's going to represent you. He's not representing you.
Referring to Gowron getting all that money from AIPAC to help his campaign.
Right, any of them. But there is no checks and balances anymore. At the end of the day, that's how I feel. There is no checks and balances anymore.
I'm with you.
And that goes for the Supreme. That goes for the Supreme Court.
Well,
There's
Mr.
no
Wig,
checks and balances.
Mr. Wig, when you say that, what you're really saying is you're supporting Mr. Brown. Because I said there should be no political parties or no primaries. Straight up, get rid of the electoral college, have a real democracy by the people. And so, in order
I ain't jumping off that bridge. I ain't jumping off that bridge yet. I ain't there yet.
Mr. Brown, Mr. President, no party. You know that's how it started, right? We didn't just wake up to Democrats, Republicans, and Independents. It started that way, and we ended up where we are now because of things that
those parties
liked.
Those parties started. No. When the country started, those parties came within a couple of years of the country starting.
But what I'm saying is that they had to get to a point to get there, and they didn't just wake up Democrat and Republican. And like a Republican today is much different than what it started off as being. Same thing with the Democrats. So you're just you just want to clean. Are you saying that you just want to wipe the slate clean and start all over?
What I'm saying is, as long as you have two major political parties, you will see no change in this country. That's what I'm saying. So when you say
what brings a change? A third party?
Either you have a third, fourth, and fifth, but the most important thing, even if you have a third, fourth, and fifth, and you have candidates running in those third, fourth, and fifth parties, if they accept any money from lobbyists, they've sold out already. You'd have to almost self-fund yourself or only take small donations from the people. Allegedly, when I voted for Bernie Sanders, I think back in 2016, the primary, he allegedly was doing that. Allegedly.
Richard,
that didn't work at all in any way.
What you're suggesting is telling people from now on, when you want to buy a house, there's no mortgage company.
Just go out.
You got to save up all the money to buy the whole damn house or car.
So I didn't say that.
Or franchise or whatever. That's never going to happen.
So what I said was I don't believe in political parties. That's why I don't believe
money. And what Deuce was saying, power.
So again, as long as you keep voting for one of these two major parties, don't expect anything, and don't expect no checks and balances, because what they do.
That's not true.
But here's what I have for the pen.
Yeah.
Give me a Democratic president,
right?
Whoever stepped up to the microphone and said, "I'm getting this Democratic person out of the House or Senate." Just give me one.
FDR, back in the past.
Who?
FDR.
And see, like I said, Richard, if you need a time machine to make your argument, you got to read.
First, wait a minute. Listen to this.
You can name the president, name the senator or House person.
You name that person, but
you can't.
First, hold on. First, he asked me name a Democratic president, and then when I named the president, then he says, "Oh no, that's not good enough."
No,
that's a long time ago, Rich. That's a long time ago.
But wait a minute, hold on.
Hold on. All right. Let me reframe it. In your lifetime, Rich, give me the Democratic president that stepped to the microphone and said, "I'm getting Richard Brown primary."
But wait a minute.
One.
Wait, no, you're right. But let me go back in the past for a second. See, America loves. Yeah, I always say when people are right. I don't have a problem.
No. She said sometimes you tell me I'm not wrong. That's what she was whispering in my ear.
That too.
So I gotta. You're right this time, which is like.
Oh, that's what you're aiming for. Okay, listen.
That's higher.
America loves to talk about the past of the glory days, but when we as Black folks talk about the past, we don't see so much glory, and then they get mad at us. The reason why I say FDR is because of Social Security. He was the president, a Democrat. So when a lot of times the Democrats say we've always done all these great social programs, they're kind of going back to him. And so I'm going to give him credit for that. Was he a perfect president? No.
Hold on. Did he want Black folks to get it?
No.
I don't think so initially, no.
No. I don't think so. No.
Okay. So
no.
Hold on.
What I have to remind people all the time is,
there you go.
Guess what?
So listen to this.
There are white people in power at the top of both parties.
Right, that's right. So when the Democrats talk about the great social programs that they're responsible for, they're kind of starting with him. I never said he was perfect with black folks. I didn't say that. I just said when the
that wasn't my question either.
Right,
My question
right.
was,
So,
did he want black people to have it?
Well,
That was my
nobody
question.
wanted blacks to have anything.
you
So
go.
listen, when I'm gonna say this again, when the Democrats talk about the great social programs they have done versus the Republican Party, it kind of starts with FDR, and that's why I said that. All right. So when I say things on behalf or I give credit to the Democratic Party on certain things, okay. If I give credit to the Republican Party and how they originally started and all those great things, okay. So I want to be unbiased towards both parties because I don't belong to neither one. Neither one. I mean, I'm on neither one's payroll. But if you're going to have a true election, you got to get rid of the Electoral College. You got to take money out of politics. Now, here's the one thing this is what I was trying to get to you with you, Lynn. I think what the Democrats are going to do, let's just suppose hypothetically they win both the House and the Senate. They got to have it in their game plan other than the impeachment and the removal of the president, because that's coming. If they get both houses, if they were to get a super majority of that Senate, he's gone. So
I don't think he's gone.
Okay.
I think the Supreme Court's gonna come in and save him, man.
No.
He's gonna use that thing like an Uno reverse.
Don't do that. Don't do that. If
Like
they
an Uno
actually
reverse
have
plus
the
a
numbers
connect
to
plus a
indict,
collect port.
No.
if they have the numbers to
Supreme
indict, he's gone.
Listen
No,
to
he
this.
ain't.
No, listen. No,
Y'all
hold on.
are
The
crazy to
problem is they
think
never have the number
it
to
could be
convict.
100% Democrat, 110%. That means you went over the number of Democrats. He ain't getting out of there because the
No,
Supreme Court
not
got
the
his back.
Democrats. It's
Like
the House
Cadillac.
and Senate.
Richard, too. Wait a minute.
But
Hold on,
like,
Richard too.
in real
Hold on.
life, in the real actual
you hear
thing,
that?
like if the House and the Senate say President Trump is gone, he's gone. The Supreme Court can't save him. That doesn't work like that.
No,
just
listen
doesn't
to how
work
I'm
like
saying this. Listen to how I'm saying this. When you do certain things to black people, that's one thing. But this particular president has done so many things to so many people that I do believe the Democrats are so enraged at him. Beyond the Trump derangement, they are so enraged at him that I do believe that they're going to say, "What's the count of the Supreme Court? Oh, it's 6-3. We're going to put more justices on there, and we're going to overturn every decision."
That's a lot of kindness, brother.
You think they'd stack the courts?
Yeah, they're going to
You know
try
what I'm saying?
to.
That's a lot of that's a lot of kindness, brother.
Okay.
What happened
You
this
know,
week?
we're not trying to give
What
out something to the
happened this week?
Democrats.
Like Trump now doesn't have to have his tax. Wait. Trump now doesn't have his tax tax returns audited forever. That's what he did this week.
Well, no.
Like,
No, are you referencing the
Settlement.
draft that Attorney General that the interim AG just pushed out to protect Trump against any future lawsuits for taxes? Is that the one you?
Not an IRS settlement.
Yes, IRS settlement.
Yeah, it's IRS settlement. Yeah.
I wanted to make sure that everybody was on the same page. That's all. Go ahead.
Yeah.
What's the settlement? What's the settlement? What's the settlement?
He does not have to have his back taxes or tax returns looked at forever.
Correct. Or his
That's what
family.
he-
Or his family. Or his
his
affiliate.
family.
Or his businesses.
Go
Forever.
ahead, Will.
So I got a
I
question.
don't think that deal is done.
Yeah.
That's what cement.
That is. Oof.
Where in this
Yeah,
Brooks, I think it's Brooks. Brooks, where in this world, as of right now, where in this world on Earth, we on Earth, where in this world do you see that that's right?
Dude, if I don't want to have IRS cover my tax forever, I'm totally taking
No. Where do you see is right and ethical?
in that specific deal.
And anything that he's
I'm
doing,
asking
especially
you a
with let's leave the money out of it. Just if he had just did that, where do you see that as right and ethical? With the AG, the AG was his personal lawyer. Tell me where you see that's right at.
I look at it like, hey, you remember when Hillary Clinton was debating Trump? And
Brooks, no.
Brooks, it's a straight up question. It's a straight up question,
We
Brooks.
gotta let him
Can I
get it out.
answer
We
you?
gotta let him get it out. We gotta let him get it out.
This is like a
So
hard
when I asked
word.
you asked me a question, can I answer you?
This is
So
Groundhog
when
Day.
Hillary Clinton was debating, wait, let me finish, please.
I can't
You
let
can say whatever you want. When Hillary Clinton was asking questions, like blaming Trump for about taxes, and he's all like, he called her out on the debate. He's like, yeah, you used against the tax laws, and you use the same thing with all your friends. He destroyed her in that moment.
So Brooks, so Brooks, hold up. So Brooks, at the end of the day, where the period get at the end, where do you see it? Where do you see that that's ethical at?
I didn't say it was ethical. I think it was
So,
smart.
but where do you see is ethical? Where do you see it?
It's just
If you
smart.
agree with it, why?
It's smart because you like not only are legal in the tax
I
law.
didn't even ask you
Brooks,
about
Brooks,
You
being
were tap dancing, brother. You were
Brooks,
tap
hold
dancing.
on, Brooks. So just one more thing.
tap
Brooks, just
dancing.
one more thing, Brooks. So
Yes,
you
sir.
negotiate with yourself to give yourself a deal and have someone else sign it for you. So you who you dealing with, yourself?
Yes.
What do you mean have somebody else
Yeah,
sign it for
it's
me?
called self-dealing. Yes,
Self-dealing,
absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
hey, wait, one quick thing. The tax situation goes back to the past, not to the future. It's just for the past. So it's not about the future. But here's the thing about this 1.776 billion, and this is really critical. This is critical. When you get the Democrats back in control of both those chambers and you have a Democratic president, Black folks will go off about their reparations. Because this
It's not
1.776
going to happen, Mr. President.
Hey,
Not
Brooks,
going to happen.
wait a minute.
Brooks, let me tell you something, Brooks. Listen, I'm sorry, just real quick. I heard a quote today that said, "Common sense is like deodorant. Some people have it and don't use it, and some people need it and ain't got it."
Got it.
That's where the Republican Party's at.
I
in
can't
other
wait to have
words,
this conversation with you when you lose.
So
One-
I
here-
can't wait
here-
to have this conversation. Hey, it's the same ideology when people are like, "Oh, Trump will never
God.
be president again."
I'm just
It's
messing
the
with you, bro.
same
I'm just
thing.
messing with you, brother.
Hey,
It's
check
like
this.
same
food
thing.
on a
Hey, but wait a
Saturday.
minute.
No
Hey,
class.
But wait,
I'm high,
check
so
this
I'm
out.
high, so I'm
I
just
said-
It's
messing with you.
okay.
I said
It's
this.
okay. It's the same thing when people
Right.
are like, "Hey, Trump will never be president again," and now look what happened.
Look,
check this
I'm high, so I'm just messing with you, Brooke. I'm sorry, brother. I'm
Check
high.
this out. I said this 2 years
Okay,
ago.
it's
I
all
said
right.
this.
I like you, dude.
I
It's
said
all right.
this.
It's all
I
good.
said this 2 years
Oh,
ago.
God.
I said it to Black folks, and y'all all laughed at me. I said, "You keep asking
You ain't
for these
telling
slave."
me I ain't laugh at you. What you say?
You said
I missed
I kept saying, "Y'all keep asking for these slave reparations and defund the police." And I said, if Trump gets back in office, look out. He's gonna try to clean and try to get at every person that he thinks wronged him, and that's what he's doing.
Yeah.
So that
Look what's
1.776
happening. Watch what's happening. It's doing it slowly. It's doing
What is
quietly.
he? Richard
like
1 and
super-
Richard 2? Look.
so let's
Like
let's
it
talk
is.
about
It is.
RJ, Richard,
It is
Legitimate
magnificent, like gameplay.
so here's the
If
dilemma.
we're looking
right?
at
Here-
gameplay,
here's-
is
here's-
he's kicking
Oh, God.
he's kicking the Democrats' ass.
No, he's not. He's let's,
It really
not.
is.
Here's
Like,
No,
here's,
he's not.
I'm
here's-
telling
no,
you
he's
the
not.
truth of
No,
like what's
Brooks.
No,
He's
you're
not kicking. He's not kicking the
Yes, sir.
Democrats' ass. He's robbing America. Let's be clear.
He
Because
is
this
raping
goes
and
past,
pillaging. Raping and
Yes, this-
pillaging.
at this point, it's going past party line, and it's actually digging into the pocket of the average American, and that becomes the problem. That
These
becomes
are
the
the ones that
unethical
voted for him.
issue,
Hey,
right?
Hey, wait a
Again.
minute. Hold
The
on.
majority of
Wait,
people
Stephanie
voted for
said
him.
something about raping and pillaging.
That don't make it right, bro.
I need it.
So check this out. When we say "Make America Great Again," raping and pillaging. Wait a minute.
That's a
That's
part
the
They
of
did
foundation
it.
of
that
our
back
country.
then too.
That's the foundation of this country, along with freedom of speech and freedom
So,
of
but wait,
religion.
so with that being said, how dare you and anybody else continue to support this nonsense? So since they did it back then, well, we're used to it. No Vaseline.
No,
That's
no.
bullshit.
Issue by
Stephanie,
issue.
it would
This
be
is
like,
issue by issue.
how bad
So
is the
sometimes
Democratic
people may have
Party
some things
in
right.
order to lose that much? in order to put Trump back in office.
But this is an issue by issue situation. Regarding the border, I supported the president. Regarding the Second Amendment, I supported the president. This Iran war, I do not support. Period. This 1.776 billion, the hush fund, no, I don't support that.
No, slush, not hush.
Slush.
Slush.
But it should be called a hush.
You know, you go to 7-Eleven, you get yourself a slushie. That's what this is. And hold on. And here's the genius is I'm going to sue him for $10 billion, get everybody rattled, and then slide a settlement in there for under $2 billion for my peeps. And guess what? They'll love to take that $10 billion thing off the board and settle for the 1776. This is what he did. This is what he did when he gave the military folks their 1776 for Christmas.
Yeah.
And guess what money that was? Their housing allowance money.
Right.
This is like your parents telling you to do a job.
You're right.
This is like your parents telling you to clean the garage, and then they give you your allowance.
Oh, you're right.
Wait a minute, he said it twice. I'm glad this is being recorded, and
made that face too. That was like it hurt.
But you know what?
It looked like it hurt.
You know what? Jake Glass, you're right. Never makes it to the internet in those little snippets. It never makes it. It never makes it.
The editor's a little low.
Right as well, though.
Yeah,
Brooks
it never
Brooks
makes
is right. Hold on, what's Brooks right about?
When he says that President Trump is kicking the Democrats' ass, he's correct.
Wait, in what? In what way?
How?
Just by getting on their last nerves, doing whatever he wants to do, doing whatever he wants.
No, he's not.
Okay.
No, he's
We're
not.
We're gonna see the midterms. We're gonna see the midterms.
Look, how many times the Supreme Court is going against him? 16 times.
Go ahead, Mr. President.
16 times they're going against him.
I feel like I'm watching WrestleMania with this tag.
I know.
Okay, so
listen. Everybody got
live. Listen, I would never want to be part of a team that has to cheat to win. Never.
This is America. That's the foundation of this country.
Never. And listen.
You got to.
If I'm on the team and I see my team cheating to win, I'm out.
Yeah.
But that's the foundation of this country.
This we're talking about cheating.
That's the foundation of a corporation.
I'm not condoning
the foundation of capitalism.
I'm not condoning gambling, but let me tell you what Polymar has. Let me tell you how what Polymar has right now. For the Senate, who's going to win the Senate in 2026? They say the Republicans are going to win 53% to 49%. The House, Democrats win 81% to 21% Republicans. Still have a split Congress.
Wait. Read those numbers again.
All right, so the Senate, Republicans, this is on Polymart.
Okay.
Republicans, 53%, Democratic, 49%.
Okay.
The House, Democrat, 81%, Republican, 21%.
That's on Polymarket?
Mm-hmm.
You know what that's for?
Government shutdown. 5349 or 5347?
5349 for the
that can't be right.
Senate.
Yes, Richard, y'all been going over 100% all day.
And 81 to 21.
Stop, man.
No, stop. You was 57-47.
Stop that, Lynn.
That man.
Stop that, Lynn. So what's
That's over 100.
53 to what?
53-49 for the Senate. Republicans on top.
Okay.
81-21, Democrats on top.
Do you know why they had that split of 49, 53, 49? Because it's still possible for the Democrats to take the Senate.
It's a close call.
That's why.
That's a close call.
That's why.
That's the one that's going to have the most money flowing in.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I didn't know that.
So this is a great point. I really believe in my heart that Keisha Lance Bottoms is going to pull off the governorship in Georgia. I really believe that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I hope that the black turnout is, after all this talk about the Voting Rights Act, I want to see you show up and show out at that voting booth. Okay. Mm-hmm. But I say that with twice the strength in Texas for James Tallarico. And I don't even like him. I'm still mad about Jasmine. So I hope that black folks in Harris County, I don't know why he's not down there in Harris County at every black person's house every single day eating chicken and doing whatever he has to do. Because those black folks down there could put him over the top.
Racist.
And if Jasmine goes down there to Harris County with him, it's a wrap.
Yeah,
They can do a little video like
with, Christian Menifee right now, trying to get him to because the Menifee Al Green thing, where we should have had 2 black folks fighting for us.
right.
The redistricting is making it now only one of them survives.
But
And they're doing that vote right now.
The primary.
So
Right.
this is
Runoff. Okay.
this
Yep.
goes back to Lee's point about the Democratic strategy. Like, I don't know who they're bringing in to help with this stuff, but they're off. They're horribly off, because Rich is right, Brooks is right, in various stances, right? Yeah, James, like at this point, because again, I'm not just disappointed with the black vote in Texas. We had a brother that's running for city council out here, and he pulled up the numbers for this area, and 74% of the vote didn't happen. 74% of people that were registered did not come out.
Black folks registered to vote, didn't vote.
Didn't come out.
Why?
No,
Did
black
not
folks
come
or
out.
everybody?
No, he's talking about
Right.
black folks.
Well, right now I'm talking about everybody. I got to go back and do it by actual demographics, but I'm still going to say that looking at the people who won, the black demographic stayed at home. They stayed at home.
Why?
And-
What are the streets saying?
There is no why. I'm not getting a why. The woman who I had my daughters volunteering with to assist with her campaign. I'm disappointed with it, because I have 3 beautiful daughters plus my handsome son, kids. Took them to a meeting with her, sat them down with her, and told her, listen, wherever y'all need them to be, that's where we will be to assist your campaign.
Yay.
Do you know how many callbacks I got from that?
Zero.
Not a damn one. Not a single goddamn one. And it's a sister, and she lost. She got slaughtered. And she shouldn't have. Because honestly, she was probably the most qualified candidate that should have gone to the primary for this. But because of the inability to properly organize, reach out, and actually keep touch with your base and mobilize people, we continue to lose our vote. I'm with Richard on something that he said a while ago, and that is the disappointment that I'm continuously seeing in our community when it comes to this voting, us standing on our shit and being out there and actually voting. At some point, you have to say, you know what, they deserve it. We're not doing what we're supposed to do.
Right.
Like they deserve it. We didn't do shit.
Yeah, and that kind of goes to Brooks's point. The Democrats they're not doing the things that they need to do in order to win, to place themselves where they need to be placed in order to get to where they're
I'll give you guys a
doing it.
story. I actually I was going to Redwood City on the cow train, and I met Daniel Chang. He was running for district attorney in California, and this guy is standing in like downtown Sunnyvale, like just standing there. Nobody's talking to him. So I go and talk to him. I'm like, oh, so you're Daniel Chang? And I'm like, all right, what do you believe? Right. And I'm just talking to him. And he's Democrat. Right. And I'm like, all right, cool. You know, like the things I find offensive is like, hey, you know, $950 you can steal in a place. And then like all of a sudden, like you're not like being arrested for anything like that. Or like all the car break-ins in San Francisco that you guys, I don't know if you guys know, they're prevalent right now. And like, they don't even freaking come. They don't even come anymore. Right? Catalytic converters stealing like people. And he's all like, no, you know, I really feel like that it's different. I disagree with my former boss. You know, I'm like, all right, cool. But I don't want to hear like, politicians going to tell me, yeah, versus like, I want to hear you actually say something that you believe. And he's all like, all right, come to X event, right? He invited me. And like, so I got a ticket, and so I'll go, but it's not there yet. But like, I get to ask him real questions, even though I think like he's just a politician who's going to say bullshit to me. But I'm gonna ask him real questions because I don't.
Was he stupid?
No, he was actually like okay.
He wasn't stupid.
He was okay.
Okay.
No, not at all.
You know
No,
what?
not at all.
I had
Let me make a note of that.
today when I was in the grocery store, I met a lady, and she had on, it was a black lady. She had on a I voted button, and so I said, "Oh, you know, that's great." So she's 70. We got to talking about politics and everything, and making sure you're registered. And she was asking me if I was registered, and I was like, "Absolutely." She was like, "I can tell you're registered." I said, "Great, but I really am." And then I told her about the podcast. But before we even got to that, she was telling me that she was a substitute teacher now, and how she was talking to the kids about voting, and how being age 70, the knowledge that she has under her belt, you know, as far as voting and all the things that we went through to even get to gain the right to vote. And, you know, she's old enough to have experienced the 60s, you know. And so she was just saying how some kids and some people don't even understand or know the history still. And so she teaches that when she sews, because she's not teaching them a subject, you know. And I just thought that was wonderful. And this is what I said. I don't know if it was last week. I'm sure I've said it more than once about us getting out and talking to people.
Right.
Then when people go further and get, because we're always talking about, I said this last week, we're always talking about the young people, which is important, but we can't forget about the middle age and the elderly people too, getting them transportation or helping people to go and vote, actually being the boots on the ground instead of just complaining about it. Because to me, if you tell one person, I think that that's helpful. If you take one person with you to go and vote or to vote, like I know it's close to home, but we always make sure that my mother-in-law, Lynn's mom, goes to vote, you know, and you know, she might want to tell a friend or something like that. But they actually have people like Jasmine Crockett did that. She's not the only person that does that. There are so many unsung heroes. And we always talk about the people who don't, based on the numbers, of course. But then you also see the people that do, people like us, and that just don't sit up and get upset about it. The other thing is, when I was in Sam's the other day, I met a woman from Iran. And that was super cool. And it's been raining a lot here, so I had on my rain boots, and it's always a conversation piece. And she said, "I like your boots." And we were talking, and I asked her where she was from. And she said, "You know, the place where it's all in the news." And I'm like, I'm just kidding. No, but it could be anything. And she said, "I'm from Iran." And we were talking about, she told me why she was in line. And she had some something that she bought. It was expired. She just bought it, but it was already expired. I said, "Oh, don't worry about it. They'll take it back, you know, because it's expired, and they'll give either give you your money back or, you know, give you a new item." And she was saying how embarrassed she was. And I said, "Oh, don't be embarrassed, because one day, remember when Selena got me that Tylenol? My sister got me some Tylenol, and it was expired, so we had to take that back." But she said at one point she had sent all this stuff to her people in Iran. Oh. And some of the things were expired, and they called her back, like you said, some expired stuff. And she was embarrassed. So opened the door to talk about politics. And she said that she's not going home anytime soon, and that she can't believe that all this stuff is happening, because the people in charge of the government in Iran is totally corrupt. And what Americans don't know is that they kill hundreds of people every day, and hundreds of young people every day. They kill them. And a lot of her family and friends have been affected. But she was just the nicest person, and she was concerned. She was just saying, "I hope that we can all survive this presidency." It was just, a candid conversation, but it was really good, because we are just people. We are just people. And at the end of the day, I think that once we talk to each other, because that's something that I said, how come we can all talk to each other, but it feels like our leaders can't necessarily talk to each other without, big fights and all of this drama. And she said, I don't know. All I know is that I just want my people to be okay. And she said, that's why I'm over here, so she can be okay with her people.
Well, I want to go back to that to that Black Lives Matter movement. When I seen all these black folks with some whites and Mexicans and Asians marching with them.
Take that out your voice. You got too much bass, but go ahead.
No, because when they was doing all that marching, I only had one question, and I told Mr. Glass, I said, I want to know, because a lot of these kids are above 18. All I want to know is, are you registered to vote, and can you be called to a jury pool? That's the one question I want to know. If you ain't doing that, don't come talking to me about no marching. I want to know, are you registered to vote? And that's the first step. And now you can get a jury summons in the mail. And then do you go when you're called? Do you go to that voir dire or just to the jury summons to sit in the room to be told, oh, you black? No, you ain't it. And maybe you make it to the next step where you make it into the voir dire where they say, oh, you black. Get them out of here.
So let me ask you this question. If your house is on fire, do you just want registered voters helping you put the fire out?
No, but don't talk to me about Black Lives Matter and about how the cops are mistreating us.
Like they say, both things can be true. No, because it could lead them. Again. I don't want to hear about again. You don't have to hear about it, but they have the right to speak. And
that's fine. But at the end of the day, after all that Black Lives Matter marching and all that you talking about, you ain't taking this and defund the police.
You will probably say
you vote? Yes or no? And if you ain't voting, if you're not voting, you're wasting my time in this country. Now that's how I am. If your black ass ain't voting, don't come crying about when the white folks come and talk about they're gonna gut the Voting Rights Act, and now you up here on the microphone running your mouth and you ain't voting. Get your ass up out of here. I don't hear nothing you got to say.
And just like you feel so strongly about that, it's their right.
And you know what? And I respect their right.
No, you
so don't come at me. Wait a minute. Don't come at me.
You do not. What you're showing is disrespect. Black ass and all that.
What I'm showing you,
they dumb and stupid.
What I'm showing you is what it is.
No,
if you don't want to vote in this country, that is your right.
You showing me
if you don't want to vote in this country, that is your right. But don't come at me talking about you down for the community and your black ass ain't voting. Don't put that on the white boy. Put that on you.
Rich, that's like trying to take a vacuum cleaner to clean up a swimming pool, brother. You're using the wrong tool for the fight. It's the wrong tool for the job, man.
You have to vote. And
it's the wrong tool for the job.
And you want to complain, that is your freedom of speech.
Exactly. So
that's your freedom of speech.
They do.
Please. If you're not voting,
lady and
don't
gentlemen,
come at me about how I'm voting. If I didn't vote for a Democrat or a Republican, if I voted for an alien who didn't have his alien card out of space, don't come preaching to me.
Lady and gentlemen,
how I'm voting.
I genuinely believe that you should vote.
I'm done.
I genuinely do. If I don't vote, and my friends are like, oh, I'm not gonna vote or whatever. I'm like, then you don't deserve the opportunity to complain.
Well, that's not true. I just tell them, don't complain to me.
Okay.
Wait.
And then when white folks want to call you the N-word, you want to get all bent out of shape.
Well, there hasn't been a vote on that.
Show me some accountability. Stop demonizing other black men on rap songs. Stop demonizing black women. Stop fighting black men and women on these little social post videos. I don't like that stuff at all. It's garbage.
So the question then becomes, if we're not exercising our vote, what becomes the force behind the fight?
Nothing.
My thing is the why, man. Like, all right, I was in the barbershop. Let me get on my story time. I was up in the barbershop. I didn't get a cut, as you can tell, and I got to go back, right? I was late. Brother was late. I was on CP time. I was a stereotype today. But I was up in the shop and we were chit-chatting. And we were talking about, I asked him, hey, June 2nd, what y'all know about June 2nd? This is in California. For those that don't know, the uninitiated, it's primaries in California, June 2nd. Crickets.
Oh, wow.
I told them that. They're like, the primaries for who? Told them. Crickets. So then, just as a test, it was quiet. I sat down. I said, man, what y'all think about Dr. Cheyenne Bryant? Woo, chirp, 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 chirp. Everybody has something to say about some pop culture, man. You know why? Because it's trendy and popular. Sexy. Right? Yeah, Dr. Bryant. I'm sorry, Miss Bryant.
Is she really a PhD?
She in the doc, Miss Bryant. She a doctor the same way Dr. Dre and Dr. Pep and Dr. Pepsi. Dr. Pepper is.
Dr. Pepper. Good enough for me. Good enough for me.
What you say about
Dr. Pepper, Dr. Dre.
Huh?
Yeah, she's got her doctorates.
She can examine you. She can examine you in the room.
I support my sister. Yes, I do.
You know what it is, man.
Preacher, because he keep wiping his forehead.
He got him hot. They got my brother hot up there, man. I think, man, James, to answer your question, man, it's
President/preacher pastor Richard Lewis Brown.
James, to answer your question, man, they brought up something. They said politics. They know it's important, but it's not cool. Hurt my heart. It hurt my heart because I think Lynn said something like that. It's never been cool, but it's so meaningful, right? But there's got to be a way to dress this thing up and put it in nice sound bites that they can understand, man. And sometimes you got to break stuff down to the lowest common denominator.
Well, dude,
and that lowest common denominator is a 6th grade education. You got to do that.
Right, dude. So you know what I tell them? I said, look, you got a ball, you got energy.
Yeah.
That energy is finite. You can use that energy to register and vote, or you can use that energy to complain about your circumstance.
Yeah.
Now you can actually use that energy to do all three. Yeah. But what's the best use of your energy? Especially because, like, she knows that complain thing. Miss me with complaining,
right?
Like, if you ain't, you didn't vote. Then I don't want to hear nothing you got to say.
I said, don't tell me.
Because you don't want to hear what I'm having to say to you complain.
You don't want to know why. You don't want to know why they didn't vote.
Your black ass should have voted.
If you don't, I hear what y'all are saying, but here's my question. Not none one of y'all asked why. I think why is an important thing.
No, wait. Let's go back to why.
We don't know why.
I can't hear what's being said. I couldn't hear what's being said. Brooks was trying to jump in after Deuce, because I think that's a relevant ass question. I think that's probably one of the most important questions.
Oh, who said the most relevant question?
Wait. I'll say this, and guys, please, would love to hear your thoughts. If you don't vote, if you do nothing, you don't deserve the right to complain. Black, white, yellow, it doesn't fucking matter. Like, if you don't vote, you don't get out and you go to your poll, you do not deserve the right to complain.
I think it's very elitist of us to say.
That's your honor. That is like your literally moment.
Say what you want to say, but you don't. I don't have to listen to it.
No, Brooks, what you want to say?
I agree with you. I agree with that.
You don't want them to complain to you, because that's all.
I agree with
that. That's the only part you can control.
No. I don't want them to complain at all.
I know you don't. But you can't control that part.
So check this out. Check this out. I know where Mr. Brooks is coming from. I want people to have their freedom of speech regardless of if they vote or not. But here's what I want to go back to that point what you said about Dr. Cheyenne Bryant. See, this tells me a lot.
That's because you.
So the sister is a beautiful black woman.
Yes, she is. Yeah. Okay.
And
look at that forehead sweating. Look at that forehead sweating.
But there's a deeper issue.
I got my Dr. Stephanie right here.
Hold on.
There you go.
Hey, Lynn. Hey, I don't play chess. I recognize a queen when I see her.
But I want to show you something about us black folks. When she was preaching and doing all that stuff, everybody was cool. But the minute someone questioned her on her credentials and she couldn't come across correctly, they tried to eat her up. Here, I'm gonna tell you why I don't like this.
Now, Richard, do you know what happened though? When she was criticizing brothers, she was Dr. Bryant.
Right.
But when she started criticizing
black women, so
that's who came for her own people,
black women. So, but I want to go back to something about how we view each other. When I defend Dr. Cheyenne Bryant, because she's not perfect, and I know I ain't perfect.
Yeah.
So when I see a sister or a brother from either political party or whatever they're doing in life, if you ain't selling kilos of cocaine, calling me the N-word, demonizing other black folks, not stealing up the pension fund, and not sleeping with everybody in church, I'm going to kind of roll with you up to a point automatically.
Okay.
But when we can't defend our own, and she is brilliant, she's brilliant. When we can't defend our own, but yeah, you'll defend a rapper, you'll defend Jay-Z all day. He's a billionaire. He saved his money. He's an outlier. He's a writing genius. But this man has said the N-word and acted up and did everything he wanted to do, and we praise the ground he walks on. So we accept him for his character faults coming from the Marcy Projects, but we can't accept Dr. Cheyenne Bryant for possibly having some character faults.
He never faked who he was. She faked who she was.
But no, yeah, he's faked.
Is she Rachel Dolezal?
Never
Is she
faked who he
Rachel?
was.
Is she Rachel?
This goes back to the voting, though. This
Is
is
she Rachel?
Yep.
Here you go, Lynn.
Yep.
So this kind of goes back to the voting. When you see black folks jump on other black folks, got all the time in the world to criticize, knowing that they ain't gonna do a half of what Dr. Bryan has done. But yet you ask them to get your black ass out there and vote. Oh, I ain't really into all that. Okay, so all the older black people, 70 and up, some of them lost their lives. Medgar Evers and the whole list. Everything we went through coming out of slavery. You think that's the one thing we would do is show our black ass up and vote whoever we want. Act a fool.
Rich, you act as though they had an incredible campaign to degrade how we view about voting. And
yes, they did. We
campaign.
talked about that at the grocery store. This was not that long ago when they told us that our votes never counted and that it didn't count. I remember that. We talked about that in the grocery store today with the 70-year-old woman. And she was saying, yeah, that was like the biggest disservice
to
the community. It was just like propaganda almost.
For who?
Look,
was it us saying that us?
No, we were told.
No.
Yeah.
So what happened with that, a little bit of a historical background is after Strom Thurmond and the Dixiecrats left the Democratic Party and switched over to the Republican Party, the majority of the white commoner began to vote Republican in the South. During that switch, during that movement, which nobody wants to actually acknowledge, that right on the heels of Reconstruction period, right? That's when we were told that our votes didn't count because they understood that the shift, because the Democratic Party was pushing in the progressive fashion for the black vote, LBJ, so on and so forth, but they didn't want black people to come out in mass and continue to actually do what LBJ said would have happened, which was for us to have us voting for the next 100 years for the Democratic Party. And so the value of the black vote began to get propagandized, back to what Steph was saying, to decrease our polling, right? And it was a very similar picture, right? Soon after 1865, and once Lincoln, before he got killed, once he said, yep, you know what? Those black men that served in the Union Army, they're going to get the right to vote, right? Now we got poll tax. Now we've got cops standing outside, and I said that on purpose, the polls so that we don't vote. So our vote began just like then. The same thing happened during that time where our vote was, we were told that, no, you can vote if you want to, but it's not really going to count. Remember, you're not a full human. We couldn't remedy that. We didn't understand. And then now
we didn't understand that
because we had a $1 billion business.
No, we understood it coming out of 1865 until the Jim Crow laws were applied. We were voting and black people were going to Congress. In fact, too many black folks was going to Congress.
They were at one point. And then we had different people from both the Democratic and the Republican Party. I want to make sure we make this clear because the Democratic gets the brunt end of the stick of being the party of the KKK, right? The Republican Party also, they were not a full party of abolitionists by any stretch whatsoever. The abolitionists inside of the Republican Party at that time was a very small group. It wasn't this huge thing, right? Not too long ago, I was reading about the Lily White movement because I heard about it on another podcast, on another show, and I wanted to start reading about these different groups. And so we still had Republicans and Democrats on both sides that were still pushing to minimize our positions when we did have a huge presence in Congress. And they kicked us out. Both parties kicked us out and wanted to keep us out.
Well, what I remember from that period, I want people to hear this. the Republican Party had the power and they let go of that power and they pulled those troops out of the South. And they shouldn't have done that. And that 15th Amendment was for the right for black men. It didn't talk about Native Americans, it didn't talk about Mexicans. That was for black men. Just like when I said the 14th Amendment on birthright citizenship was just for the enslaved African when they got their freedom and their children. That wasn't for nobody else but us. That's why that 13th and 14th and 15th, you talk to any of the civil rights leaders, it's those 3 amendments in a row that they talk about because that was just for us and no one else.
And so it goes back to the question that Deuce asked that I think was is at the heart of the conversation, which is why? Why are we not registering to vote? Or
Because we don't make it sexy.
You don't care. That's it.
Wait,
We don't make
Lynn,
it sexy.
remember, wait, 1 second. One time, okay, so when Lynn's dad was alive, we were talking about voting, and he gave us his whole spiel. Just imagine Tracy Morgan's voice about voting, and it's a bunch of BS and all this kind of stuff, but we tag teamed him. We beat him down. And he started remembering, the struggle instead of all this pop culture, whatever. And then all of a sudden, we were able to take him to vote. And when people tell me they don't vote, one of my best friends, we talk all the time. We were talking about politics. She has all this anxiety, blah, 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 blah. And when it came time to vote, something in my shana now was like, Monica is not registered. So I said, Monica, are you registered to vote?
Uh-oh.
No,
It's always the Monicas.
I said, girl. She said, well, I said, why not? Because I'm not gonna tell her Joe Black ass. Oh, that's my friend. I love her. That's my sister. So I said, why not? So her excuses were, well, it's just so deep and all this. And then she said, but honestly, I just don't have time because work. She got to go the work. I'd have to do this. I said, Monica, but what you care about, Lynn says this sometimes, it gets done.
Oh, Lynn says this all the time.
So when I told her that, I could feel her sucking her teeth through the phone like that. And then she just hit it. She didn't hit me with a, you're not wrong. She said, Steph, you're right. And she said, I should. So I said, listen, going forward, because, we burn up a lot of time talking about politics. I said, Monica, you are no longer able to complain to me about anything about the government until you register. And she was like,
oh, wow.
But
she said, I felt that coming. She said,
exactly what I'm saying.
I felt that
if you
coming.
don't register to vote,
Brooks,
if you don't
Brooks.
vote, you have no qualms to say
Brooks.
anything.
Hold
Yeah.
on.
Steph was still going.
You interrupted Dr. Stephanie.
Sorry, go ahead, Steph. I love it. Go ahead, sis.
No, but when I told her that, it stuck. So she was just kind of like, because we talk about everything, and so that's one of the things. And, Mr. President, Pastor Preacher, we throw in our, our faith, what I'm saying, how to get through these times. This too shall pass. You know how we do to get our strength. Like, this isn't going to overtake us. Black people have come from this, that, and the other. We're going to, so all of that. But when I silenced her on that, so now she'll be freaked out and she'll go like, I can't tell you. Like, I have to register. I'm like, okay.
But Stephanie, listen to this. When Black folks say our vote doesn't matter, I don't disagree with that. The only thing I say is, as long as you vote, I want you to keep talking that shit.
Okay.
But you make sure
You vote
that you walk your ass in there.
and vote.
Because you won't vote by absentee ballot. I know not to say that to you because I'll get cursed out. So you go down there to the booth. It may close down early, but
And go early. Go early vote.
Early
I'm trying
voting.
to tell you what Black
Early
folks
vote.
give it to me. So when Black folks go to the booth, they wait till the last day. I ain't gonna argue with them. Just go down there, look the white folks in their face, vote for whatever you want to do, and I'm good. And then you can come out there and curse the white folks and curse me and curse everybody on the street. I'm satisfied. Because what I want to see. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Hey,
I
dude.
was laughing at you.
One of the wise, and it's real petty, but in order to vote, I got to register, right? If I register to vote, they're going to call me for what?
Jury duty.
Jury duty.
And I don't want to be bothered with that.
And you know,
But I want to complain about jury vote verdicts.
okay, so when
I want to complain about that.
I went to a high school called the Center for Management Law and Public Policy in the Lou. It was a magnet school, okay?
Wait,
So,
that's the name of your high school?
yes, the
Say
Center
it
for
again.
Management Law and Public Policy.
That's a lot of words.
So,
Okay.
While other people were going to the zoo, we were going to court cases.
Oh, I
Yeah.
like that.
So we would see judges that were asleep. It was a whole education. Not all judges were asleep, but it happened a couple of times. But we were told by our teachers, we had some good, great teachers, black teachers and white teachers, that taught us, hey, this is how you can help your community. This is how. So whenever, and then my mom and my grandma, you know, they always voted. We can go to the voting booth with them. They let us know how important it is. And the jury sums is like, okay, you get a break from the BS from your job, you know, just go on a field trip, you know, go down there. And if they pick you, great. If they don't, it's fine. You still did your civic duty. And so I grew up with that, wearing that as a badge. So when I would be selected for jury duty, sometimes I'm like, but you know, I go ahead and I go. And then I was able to be a foreman a couple of times. So I was like, wow, you know, but this is how we keep our people on the street. I should just say.
It's so funny that you say this, me being the ex-felon on this panel. See, I remember going to St. I had a licensed firearm, and I caught a case in O'Fallon Park. If you want to know,
O'Fallon, it's normal to have fun there. But anyway,
I went to court with my lawyer, black woman lawyer, and I look in the jury, and there's two young black folks, but they couldn't identify with what I was going through, and they knew I was active duty military, but they didn't care. They all found me guilty, and that told me something. When black folks talk about that culture, they're full of it. Because they knew I wasn't doing anything wrong. I got pulled over illegally, stopped, searched illegally, but they didn't care. And that was in the early 90s when they were trying to get guns off the street in St. Louis.
Oh, yeah.
So I fit the profile. And when I say I fit the profile, Mr. Glass, no. Oh, I fit it.
That's what I was like, he did that shit. Yeah,
no, you don't know what I was driving. Oh, I fit it.
Yeah.
So you driving? You was driving the Deuce of the Quarter?
No, I was
he had that money green BMW.
From Germany. Thank you, man.
Oh,
sitting on rims. Sitting on rims.
With a custom system in it.
He was all loud with it.
Yeah,
no,
he had a custom. He had
wasn't.
Actually, he's right, but he did have a custom system in it.
He was
And,
10. Was he 10?
it was
Yes.
nice.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Riding through the loo like you string a bell from the wire.
I had out-of-state tags. I didn't even live in St. Louis. I lived in Illinois, and I caught
he
a
lived in
case,
Illinois.
and they racially profiled me.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well, listen, I gotta jump off. I gotta jump off. I gotta.
On the jury was like, but bruh, I mean,
I got a work call I got to take. But one final note I want is this is very important. Jay Glass said I asked the most profound question tonight. On that, I'm out. I just want y'all to know I asked. The brains of the group is exiting the chat. Love y'all. I'll see y'all next week.
Deuce makes a great point. Deuce makes a great point about what can we do to encourage. I thought in 2020, the Democratic Party did an amazing job of getting the rappers who said they had never voted for. I think Snoop Dogg was one and some others. Of getting them, this was back in the 2020 election. The Democrats was trying to encourage African-American young people. And that's why, to me, President Biden had that overwhelming turnout, because a lot of black folks who normally didn't vote turned out to vote in that election. I thought that was amazing what they did. Amazing.
Also, they turned out to get rid of somebody.
Oh, okay. Okay, fair enough.
And then 4 years pass and they forgot.
True.
It's like that. It's like that girlfriend you break up with, and then you run into her 4 years later. And you're like, you know what? She probably outgrew all that.
Lynn, what does that say? What does that
probably
say?
outgrew
That
all
they
that
forgot in
toxicity.
4 years?
Huh?
That is like dumb, dude. What have they forgotten in 4 years? That is dumb.
Oh, they forgot how
literally
they
put
forgot
Trump back in
how
office,
messed up.
dude.
They forgot how messed up this dude was. See, I can't forget
They
because
forgot
I grew up with him in my
4 years?
backyard.
After all that they tried to do to him, and they put him back in office. That's stupid.
You know why they put him
It
back in
really
office?
is.
Because somebody shot at him.
Listen,
You
That's
have
why
opinions.
because somebody shot at
like,
him. That's why he got back in office. Let's keep
No.
it up.
No.
Lynn,
They
Lynn,
that was
both of you were
before
making-
that, dude. Stop it.
No.
Lynn, hey, both of you are making solid points. Both of you are right. Mr. Brooks is right, and Lynn, you are right as well. So
Well, I know I'm right. But thank you.
I am right.
Thank you,
And
my
he
brother.
knows it, and he just is like all
Thank you.
mad about it.
I'm not mad.
Yeah,
Listen,
you're,
remember what I told you about
apologize,
energy?
my friend. I
Remember what I
apologize, my
told you
friend.
about
You're not
energy?
mad about it, but I'm telling you, I'm right about it. Like, it's so dumb by the
Remember what I
Democratic
told you about
Party
energy?
that I actually like.
I'm not putting
See
my
that
energy there.
Trump is still now president again is so stupid and so slow that like the Democratic Party it did all that work. Think about it for like what 4
Brooks,
years?
Brooks, I got
And
two
he's
words
still-
for you. I got two
you know
words
what?
for you, Brooks.
He won a popular
Lame,
vote because of it.
lame duck.
Stupid.
Lame
Well,
duck.
listen, but you know what? Hey, but I want to look further down the road in 28 with the new
Jay
president.
Glass, I sent you I sent you two
And-
texts.
I got
And
'em.
and you know what's funny? I do believe the Democratic Party will win the presidency in 28.
Not a chance.
And I got a prediction.
I got a dollar bet with you.
Oh, okay. Every single thing that this man has put his name on, the Democrats is going to have it removed.
Oh, that's going to be a cabinet position. That's going to be a cabinet position.
It would be the whole
Oh
president.
yeah.
The secretary
Hey.
of untrumping.
Mr. President, I got a
That's what
dollar
we
bet
got
with
to do.
you. And when you lose, I don't want like actual dollar. I just
Jay,
want to be able to talk to
Jay
Lynn.
Glass,
And
when I met with that lady, when I saw that lady in the grocery store today, she
It
said
is like that's
something-
gonna be destroyed. Oh, this would be great.
she said that she hopes that this doesn't happen, but she was saying to her son, she has a son she's very proud of, but he married a white lady from Alabama.
Woo!
Okay.
And so she was worried about that. She said that she might be, but her family may, but not everybody else. Like, her parents may be accepting.
Yeah.
So she was just saying that when the chips fall, it'll be a whole different party. But
May I ask you a question, Stephanie?
Wait a minute.
Let her
So
let her
like
cook,
James,
Brooks.
I think James is
Brooks.
just asking questions.
Brooks.
Hold
Bro,
on,
James, I think,
hold
has met-
on.
Oh,
Oh,
why can't you wait?
yeah. She was still.
Why can't you wait?
She was saying that thank you, Dave. She said that she was hoping that with history repeating itself and all of the different laws that they're trying to abolish or go away with. She said, I came from whites only and black only. And she said that she was praying to God that that portion wouldn't repeat itself, especially in the different states, because how with the voting and then how everybody seems to be so separated and everything. She says she feels that somebody could be that bold to start that segregation again.
It's already happened.
Well, that's what she says that he
Yeah, but it won't go natural.
yeah,
It won't
and
go
that's what
natural.
she was saying. I've already been there. She said some people look at her because she's older, like she doesn't know anything, but she said she knows what she knows, and she's been there, done that, got the T-shirt, all of that good stuff. But she was just saying she hopes that her son realizes, especially in Alabama, that if it comes down to that, they will not be on his side.
But that
So may
this
I ask a
administration.
question?
Oh yeah. Go ahead.
So James, I think you've met Ivana, right? My other half.
Oh, okay.
She is a beautiful white European woman from Serbia.
Oh, cool.
She's my other half, and she is right for me. She sees me, she believes in me, she's a wildfire like winner. And if I introduced you all this panel to her, I would never want her to be disrespected in any way. James, you met her, like Jason Hawkinson, our lodge brother, has met him. Has Natasha, right? And like I'm telling you, from what I see, my perspective. Like I cannot wait to meet you, Lynn and Stephanie, like in real life, because you guys are badass. Mr. President, same thing.
Thank you.
James, I will see you when you come here.
I'll be back then.
And but it has to be free from all biased and past bullshit and past thoughts of like what has happened before, because then you get to really meet like real people. Then you get to meet really like actually genuinely good people, because my other half, I've been with her for almost 8 years. June 3rd will be 8-year anniversary.
Oh, cool. Happy anniversary.
Yeah,
Thank
let me tell
you,
Maya to back up off
appreciate
me.
it.
Talking about marriage.
What I mean is what I mean by that is like just genuinely like I want her to meet you guys. We disagree a lot for sure, but like that's real friendship. That's real conversation, right? Like that's good stuff. That's the craft of James and you and I am talking about. That's the point. Like I want, like if we can't have this conversation, we're never gonna grow. We're never gonna do anything good.
You can't be close either if you can't have that conversation. And I'm glad you have somebody like that. And being from Serbia, I can't speak for her, but I'm sure she's seen some adversity. And but like when being in the United States with our history, I was just really feeling it for this lady and her son, because anything, like James said, that some of it is already happening, and it's been happening, because I feel like that sometimes when I go to St. Louis, just like the whole attitude, and I'm just like, oh, y'all got the wrong one. I've always been raised as well, independent person, but true to my race, my faith, my culture. But I love everybody. I do. I don't know any strangers. But at the same time, when I go home, I see that bad behavior, and I'm just like, look, y'all, woo, you know what I'm saying.
Lady Stephanie, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
I have 3 sisters, Tanaya, Diana, Shaman. And I always thought, from my experience, I never really cared like what color you are or anything like that. It's just never like a thing for me. Like, I grew up in Ohio, and I don't know where you grew up. Like you said St. Louis a lot, right? And maybe you grew up in St. Louis, and Lynn, maybe you have a different experience in meeting Lady Stephanie. So you can tell me your experience. I always thought like this is the easiest thing. Like, just meet friends, like people you love, and it just comes together, right? Maybe I'm saying it wrong. Like Mr. President, right? Like sometimes we disagree, right? I've known James a long ass time. And sometimes we disagree, and I always wonder, like, I was just like, I think it's like simple for like having a conversation, treating people kindly, like always that, like, Lady Stephanie, if we disagree and I say something you disagree about, I'm not trying to insult you or hurt Lynn. Like, and I think he gets that now. Is that fair to say, sir?
No, but listen, I've always got that. I just, it's funny in our back and forth is cool, but sometimes you just run over everybody and you messed up the flow. We're flowing here, and you just, it's like I don't know how to play spades, but I think there's a card that you can throw out there and it just mess up the whole flow of the game.
Yeah, if you couldn't.
Right. That's
you know how to play.
Then Lynn, I apologize to you. Lady Stephanie, I apologize to you as well. I
believe
Mr. President,
this is something.
Lee.
Just because you, everybody, just because somebody agrees with you does not mean that they are your friend. Just like because someone
100% I agree. I 100% agree with that.
They're your friend. Look, I don't care what color you are, but like when you're talking to people, there are good people and bad people all around. So just because you're white and black or whatever you are, if we get along, we get along. But some people are hateful.
Did
it doesn't
matter. In my message, Jesus, I was trying to like be like, hey, actually, my whole message was like, Lady Stephanie, you're fucking badass young lady. And
Lee,
like,
when's your birthday? When's your birthday, Lee?
February 8th.
Okay, so you're an Aquarius. I get along great with Aquariuses. Lee, listen.
Gemini.
When you try to talk between two June Geminis,
three,
and the third's the moderator, you ain't got shit coming. So you can keep talking, and we'll keep going right at you because we're crazy like that. We don't stop. We just don't.
Hey, you Geminis are like. Go ahead.
I don't
say
trip.
this.
You keep talking because if you don't keep talking, you won't get a word in. That I do know.
let me say this because I think a lot of America, and I don't think it's done on purpose, but it's a false. I think it's not as true as we want it to be. We all see color. As a matter of fact, I make sure I see color.
Exactly, because they see it.
Yeah, and there are multiple reasons why I have to see color here in America. The first thing is because I have to be safe, right? So when I'm talking about I see color, I'm not just talking about white people. I'm talking about the color of somebody's aura, the ill intent, the color of the ill intent that they're giving off.
Mm-hmm.
I have to be cognizant of color. I grew up in the last slave state in the Union. I have to be aware of color at all times. I went to school in a predominantly Jewish district where the N-word wasn't just being used by the kids, it was being used by the teachers, by the administration. So if I don't see color, I will not understand culture. There's a culture that comes with certain people's color, and I can begin to differentiate and delineate from which thing they are when I interact with them. I put a post on Facebook not too long ago that's pretty much said, hey, shout out to all of my dope ass white friends, but still fuck racist at the end of the day. Like when we take somebody's color away from them, we take away some of their culture, we take away some of their story, we take away some of their experience. And I don't think that's fair to the person, because that experience is what makes them tick. That culture is what drives their tradition. Their color helps them understand their relationship to deity. And I have to respect it. Now, if you show me that you're the type of person that I don't need to be around, well, then I won't be around.
Right.
I won't, regardless of the color you are. Right. And then that's, so I was when I was in California and I was going through, I submitted for my divorce, right? I filed for divorce. There was a period where I was homeless and had a brother who recently hung up he recently passed away. He hung hung up his working tools. Worshipful brother James Michael Duncan passed away a couple of days ago. But white brother, right? And he took me in without hesitation. Without hesitation. I explained my situation to him, and he asked me, why am I not already at his house?
Mm.
And these are the types of experiences that I'm able to have with not just my community, but my brothers, right? And if I would have called my brother Jason at the time, I probably would have got a very similar invite. If I would have called my other brother Mike, or Chris, or Dwayne, or Worshipful. There's a lot of brothers that I have that I can definitively depend on, and I can respect their culture, and they're white.
Mm-hmm.
And so when Americans say that we don't seek, I got a brother that's in Mountain View, De Anza, lodge number 194. That's my mother lodge, in case anybody ever wanted to know and look it up. Jewish brother, Alan. Love that guy. Began to have I gained a huge appreciation of cigars by talking to my brother Alan and watching him.
You
go
need
through the
a
chair.
place to stay. Worshipful Lee Brooks will be right here.
I got
Sunnyvale.
you. So all I'm saying is we have to understand that there are certain things that come with people's color. And from that, upon initial contact, we can figure out our distance. If we can step a few feet closer, or if we need to maintain protective space and distance range.
So that's why I'm saying that's why I like Lynn and Stephanie. Lynn and Stephanie. Like you two, I don't know you. I've never met you in real life. But I've got to talk to you over like time. Mr. President, the same thing, right? Like through time. And there's been some points where like people were like thought I was like saying anything about Lady Stephanie. I'm like, no, she's freaking badass. That's freaking. I have 3 sisters. Yeah, she's like on that level of my sisters are like badass women, right? Like, oh hell yeah, like smart, good, kind, intelligent, and just be able to like say her thoughts. And the best part about Lynn, I like you because like you let her say what she thinks and you don't overtalk her. I respect that.
You're using dangerous vocabulary there, brother.
Oh, I was saying it right.
He
I
means
hope
well.
I said it
He
right.
means well.
Right. You know what I mean? I was saying it right. Like I have my mom. My mom is fucking nuts, dude. Like my mom is like, oh, she's more scary than all of us. And Mr. President, I love talking to you because sometimes we agree, sometimes we disagree.
Y'all tag team partners. Come on. I said you guys are tag team partners.
Well, Lee, sometimes Lee be hitting it right on the head, and then sometimes Lynn hits it because I'm not supporting neither one of these parties. I'm looking at issue on issue. I'm looking at certain circumstances, and I'm looking down the road. And that's why, when Lee says certain things.
Sometimes Lee won't be saying a word and you pull on him. I see the game, bro. I see it.
Because I usually know.
It's so funny because like Lynn and I have never met. Ever. Ever. Literally never met. James and I have. We've hung out plenty of times. Lynn and I have never met.
But Lee, Lynn likes arguing with you. Lynn is trying to come from my head, and I know it. But he likes arguing with you. He does.
Listen, let me give you a secret about Lynn. Lynn does not like to argue. I'll give you another secret. Lynn does not like to fight, but Lynn has hands. That's all. So when it jumps off,
right,
and we gotta argue,
right,
I'm bringing it.
You like my auntie? She'll say, "If you take me there, I'll."
Yeah,
hold on.
Let me say this. For me, whenever I hear someone say
my friend,
that they're colorblind and they don't see color, I have a problem with it because it's not true.
It's not. I see my color.
It's not true. It's like a man saying,
like Stephanie will always say to me like something about a woman's features, and I'll be like, I ain't see those features, but I'm lying, and she knows I'm lying. Look, I see everything. These suckers right here.
But listen,
But
It's like if Anna Nicole Smith walked in a room
but
and somebody is like, you know what
Yeah.
you see.
right, because this is what I ask people. I say,
Right.
let me ask you something. Do you see gender?
Yeah.
Do you see disability? If somebody
Nah.
rolls up on you in a wheelchair,
I
do
like
you
I
see
like
them?
people who have
Well,
a good
Hold
So I want to hear
Hold on,
somebody
Brooke.
say,
who have a
Hold on,
good
I don't
like
see disability.
ideology.
Hold on,
I
Brooke.
don't see
Hold on,
disability.
Brooke.
I'm
hey, but
disability
listen,
blind.
listen.
Right.
I'm
I
gender
knew
blind. I
somebody.
don't see gender.
Oh my God.
Many
I don't
years
see
ago.
senior citizens. I don't see elders. I don't stop.
We were in
Listen,
Shake Shack.
you are
and
a June, Lynn. You are a June Gemini, and that's all part. Arguing is part of your natural DNA. I knew a guy years ago who was a kid, and I remember his mother telling me when his birthday was, and I laughed. I said, "Oh my God, he seems like such a sweet kid." But I said, "Wait till he goes full blown." And I was waiting all these years to see this kid go full blown, to see that Gemini come out in him, because I was already there early on in my teenage years, and then it really got outrageous later on. But I was waiting on this little kid because he always had a smile on his face. He always rode a little bike. He was always real happy. I was waiting on this kid to go full blown. And then years later, he went full blown. So when I say I know a June Gemini, not a May, because Mays are crazy. Them Junes, they are always ready to argue. They are always ready to debate. They're always thinking.
Yeah, you got to stay
Yeah,
ready.
so it's just part of who we are. We're
Yes,
communicators. That's who we are.
Have to.
And that kid turned out to be like I thought he was going to be.
People are listen. People are disappointed when I don't say something.
Same here.
Mm.
They're like, Lynn, you're not going to say nothing. You just going,
No, you're sitting back waiting. You're waiting for the right time.
right.
Wait, what's exactly? Because guess what? It's like when I first met him,
Uh-huh.
I didn't think he was quiet,
Right.
but he was just kind of. And then when I started working with him, I didn't know who he was. I was like, who is this loud? What is wrong with him? You know, it was like,
great.
and I told him, I said, you remind me of Jerry Seinfeld. Because he was just voice off.
Lynn is shaking his head no.
And just, arms flailing. And but when I met him, he was just, oh yeah, this and that and the other. And then it was like, boom. Like, oh my
Another
God.
side popped out. Yeah.
Yeah. And see, I am a very
When's your birthday? When's your birthday, Steph?
I don't go by the zodiac thing, but
When is your birthday?
November 18th, Scorpio.
Woo!
Okay.
You can't tell
All
him
right.
shit.
No wonder you're rowdy.
My ex-girlfriend was a November, I think,
I'm
17th.
Aquarius. I'm rowdy. I ain't even.
What is y'all laughing for? What is it?
Said I'm rowdy.
Lee, you didn't release it.
He said,
No, what do you say?
no wonder she's rowdy. That's
Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
My ex-girlfriend was a November the
Aquarius?
17th. She was a Scorpio.
Scorpio, you're rowdy as fuck too.
I know
Yeah,
the Scorpio
hell
in the
yeah.
back of my hand.
And see, I'm just saying, like, I just think that my personality comes from my upbringing, my family, because man, it's just the Joneses. I'll just put it like that. We don't need nobody because it's a million of us. And we had outside friends, they just bled and came into the family. You know what I mean? So we entertain ourselves, and everybody's nuts. And everybody's a comedian. So it's just, and you got it, and it's a bunch of
I know my little sister.
a bunch
is
of
really
alpha
cool.
females. It's just, and our boys, they're like still breastfed at 50. I'm kidding. Not all of, but you know what I mean. It's just like, so, but we hold them to a standard too. But it's definitely, yeah, like if it's a wolf pack, they being dragged sometimes, but we get them together.
Yeah, I don't read a daily horoscope, but I do believe that there is something to the time of year that you're born. Because I see so many similarities, you know, in the zodiac. I do see it, but I don't put a whole lot of because whatever rules.
Wait, Lynn. When's your birthday, Lynn?
June 20th. Whatever rules there are out there,
there's
always exceptions.
And it's the same thing. Like if they say Stephanie's, I've not met a Stephanie that is like me. I just clearly have not. And then if I tell them I'm from St. Louis, oh, St. Louis girls, it's like, nope.
Look, Jay Glass, what guys got the worst of it in boot camp? Philly and New York?
No.
Who?
Actually, my drill son walked up to me dead in my face, said, "Hey, Pryor, where you from?" I said, "St. Louis." She said, "Oh, you a motherfucking thug, huh?"
Yep, that's it. Now, where was your boot camp?
I was in South Carolina.
Here you go. See, I was in San Diego.
Oh, yeah.
They found out I was from Philly.
Yeah.
I
was a motherfucking thug.
Yep.
And I had to do push-ups.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I got smoked.
Because I'm from Philly.
You know what? I lucked out because
wait, James, I don't even know your birthday. James, when's your birthday?
June 14th.
So
same as Trump.
Yeah,
exactly.
Same as Trump.
But you see, that was different.
But he ain't Trump
at all. And Trump certainly he ain't you.
And I ain't Trump
at all.
You know, he a June Gemini, but no.
That's what I'm saying. It's just kind of like
because there are exceptions, but as more often or not, my observation is June Geminis are more alike than they are different.
And my sister and I, her birthday is the 13th, mine is the 18th. And we have some, I'll put it like this. I am her on the inside because she appears to be conservative. Well, she is, but I mean, she's well-mannered and all this kind of stuff. And she's like me on the inside. If you get to know her, you know she doesn't have an ounce of sense. To me, I'm a mixture, but I'll let you, if I like you, I'll let you know the crazy's out the bag. That's just the way I am. But I balance it that too.
But
you do that too.
Who, me?
I gotta get ready to take off. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm a nice person.
Take off.
I'm a really nice person. Anybody who knows me knows I'm really nice. But you know, I'm battle tested, and most people say one thing and they do another. What you see with me is what you get. I don't. That's why I got ran out of office. That's why I've had a lot of hard times when I was in the military. I had a lot of hard times.
What branch were you?
I was Air Force.
Okay.
So wasn't too many black men in the Air Force.
Because they couldn't pass the test.
You're outspoken.
Well, maybe, but you know, I usually hung around the Army guys.
Yeah, that's part of it. Part of it was they couldn't pass the test. Well, not pass the test. They couldn't score high enough. They couldn't score high enough.
Because the Navy and the Air Force had the pre-test before for some reason. Like, so, you know, but you know, when you're a straight shooter like me, sometimes you're not gonna, they'll say, well, you can't play well with others because you're not willing to accept certain things. I'm not going to do anything to really undermine people. That's not how I was created. So, anyway.
All right, good folks.
Same way. I treat people with respect.
Hey, Glass is trying to sign off, bro.
I gotta sign off. I got tomorrow's last day of school for my kids.
Oh boy!
And I've got a full day ahead. Day.
Well, you sounding better. That's good.
Yeah, I'm getting there. I've been drinking a lot of honey with turmeric and pepper, and green tea. So getting all of the nasal cavities cleared back up. We almost there. We're almost there.
All right.
But all right, good people. As always, I appreciate y'all for being here and hanging out with us. You could have been anywhere else in the world, but you decided to hang out with us for a while. And again, thank you so much. With that being said, thank y'all for coming out. God bless and
good night.
Good night.